So what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich. If you're seeing my channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'll be dropping more fun and entertaining content like this. So stick around guys, stick around. In this video, I want to talk about a concept that I came up with. It's not so much a concept, but it's a prediction. Concacaf will increase their Gold Cup tournament to 24 teams sooner rather than later. We saw UEFA increase the Euros from 16 to 24 teams in the last edition. Then we saw the AFC increase the number of teams taking part in the Asian Cup from 16 to 24. And this year we saw the CAF increase the number of teams taking part in the AFCON from 16 to 24 as well. And even the recently completed Concacaf Gold Cup was increased from 12 to 16 teams. So I definitely think that it's in the pipelines to increase it from 16 to 24 because the last Gold Cup was a success, and if sponsors see that money is coming in, they would want to increase the teams. And the fact that they have experimented with hosting the tournament in Jamaica and Costa Rica, we can see a big multi-city Concacaf Gold Cup in the near future. Maybe if it's not in 2021, but the 2023 edition could be such. So guys, as we all should know, if you haven't been under a rock, Mexico won the 2019 edition of the Concacaf Gold Cup, taking their tally to 8 titles. The USA were the defending champions and they lost in the finals. Only Mexico, USA, and Canada with a solitary Gold Cup title has ever won the thing. So will increasing the event actually help the tournament? Guys, you never ever know. Maybe it can disrupt the flow of things and have USA coming up versus Mexico early on in the tournament, and one of these teams could get knocked out maybe in the round of 16. We never know. But guys, it's something to actually think about. So guys, what I actually did, I went ahead and actually planned out how a 24-team CONCACAF Gold Cup could actually look using the qualification format for the 2019 Gold Cup, with the 6 teams in the hex being in pot 1, and then using the CONCACAF Nations League qualifying as a way to have the teams in pots 2, 3, and 4. After I did that, I went ahead and did a draw to come up with 6 groups of 4. I wish I could have done the draw right in front of you guys, but it would have taken up too much time. But I did the draw and everything, and I have the tournament ready, and I'm gonna share it with you guys right now. If the 2019 Gold Cup was contested by 24 teams, this is how it may have looked. In part 1, we would have had Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, USA, and Trinidad and Tobago, which is the 6 teams coming over from the 2018 World Cup hexagonal. Then in part 2, we would have seen Haiti, Canada, Martinique, Curacao, Bermuda, and Cuba. In part 3, we would have had Guyana, Jamaica, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Montserrat, and Suriname. And in part 4, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominican Republic, Belize, and Antigua and Barbuda. I'm afraid to say there was no place for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, even with an expansion. God damn, St. Vincent did terrible in the CONCACAF Nations League qualifiers. Guys, I'm from St. Vincent. Never mind me. So with those 24 teams, I did a draw in private and I came up with these groups. So guys, there will be fresh groups, not the same groups like the 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup, which makes me predicting a tournament like this even more interesting. So guys, enjoy this. Enjoy this. These are the 6 groups I got after I completed my draw. Group A, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Guyana, and St. Lucia. Group B, USA, Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. Group C, Mexico, Curacao, Nicaragua, and Antigua and Barbuda. Group D, Honduras, Bermuda, Suriname, and Belize. Group E, Panama, Canada, El Salvador, and St. Kitts and Nevis. And last but not least, Group F, Costa Rica, Martinique, Montserrat, and Dominica. As usual, for 24-team tournament, the winners and the runners-up of each group will advance to the round of 16 along with the best 4 third-place teams. So in Group A, where we have Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Guyana, and St. Lucia, these are my predictions for this group. Well, In this group, Trinidad is seemingly the strongest team, so I have them top in this group. The recent performance in the Concacaf Gold Cup wasn't good at all, but Trinidad is still a very solid team comparing to the other teams in the group. Let's just say that. They did play Guyana in the tournament, so these two teams were drawn together once again, and Guyana put on a very decent showing, especially against Trinidad and Tobago, where they did pick up a draw. So I have Guyana coming in second. Third in this group, I have Cuba, who did not do well at the 2019 Concacaf Gold Cup at all. They were horrible. And last in the group, I have St. Lucia. I think Cuba is definitely a better team than St. Lucia, even though I haven't really seen St. Lucia play. But from what I've seen with Cuba, they definitely showed some promise, but the other teams in the group was way better. So I have Trinidad coming in first, Guyana second, Cuba third, and St. Lucia fourth. I have Cuba as one of the best third place teams as well. In Group B, which is a very tricky group and a very interesting group. When I got this group, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. USA, Haiti, and Jamaica in the same exact group, along with Dominican Republic. Then Dominican Republic is gonna get their ass severely beaten in this group. So after the draw, I'm like, damn, this one is hard. 3 teams in here got all the way to the semis. How am I gonna predict this? But when you really think back on it, it's a pretty easy group to predict. USA coming in first. They were finalists and they were one of the most impressive teams at the tournament. Haiti coming in second. They were impressive. They were the tournament's dark horses, and I think if they were to meet USA and Jamaica right now, Dominican Republic, they would come in second in this group. Third in the group, I'm gonna say Jamaica, and despite making it to a third consecutive semi-final, I think Jamaica were below par. They were quite lackluster. They were lucky to get as far as the semis, to be completely honest. So I think they will come in third in a group like this and advance as one of the best third place teams as well. Last in the group, I would say Dominican Republic. They would not pick up a single point in this group. Maybe against Jamaica, who might actually underestimate them and drop points. And this is nothing against Jamaica. This is just testament of how they played during the recently completed Concacaf Gold Cup. So the next group, Mexico, Curacao, Nicaragua, and Antigua and Barbuda. In this group, of course, Mexico are gonna top this group. They are the best team in CONCACAF by far, miles, maybe not miles ahead of USA, but still a mile. Maybe let's just say a mile. They're way better than the USA. Coming in second in this group, Curacao. They were one of the best teams at the 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup, one of the dark horses as well. Wrote a Cinderella story for us to all remember, and we all enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed the display they put on. So they will come in second in this group. Third in the group, Nicaragua, who did show some promise at the tournament, but still they are not good enough. And last in the group, Antigua and Barbuda. And realistically, if this really has to happen, there could be a situation where Antigua and Barbuda could pick up points against Nicaragua, because they're not that good. Let's all admit it. So I don't have Nicaragua advancing as one of the best third place teams. So it would be Mexico and Curacao moving on to the round of 16. So now let's move on to Group D, where we have Honduras, Bermuda, Suriname, and Belize. And my prediction for this group comes in the exact same order. Honduras, Bermuda, Suriname, and Belize. Well, Honduras are the best team in this group on paper, but I think realistically this Bermudan team could definitely rob them and challenge them for the top spot. But I'm still gonna go for Honduras, who has a lot of quality in their setup. Albert Elise, Figueroa still there, Quioto, etc, etc. We know the Honduran team is talented, but they have not been performing well since the Intercontinental playoff against Australia. They have been horrible, but they recently picked up a great victory against El Salvador in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So who knows, Honduran football could be on the up once again. But second in this group, Bermuda, they showed promise at the 2019 Gold Cup. picking up their first win as well. And with players like Naki Wells and Lambe, they could be a force to be reckoned with in the future. Third in the group, I'm gonna say Suriname. They do have some talent in their setup, but I don't think they're a better team than Bermuda and Honduras right now. And last in the group, Belize. This one was pretty easy to predict. In Group E, Panama, Canada, El Salvador, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, to top this group, I'm going to go for Canada. Very, very talented outfit. They were unlucky to get knocked out by Haiti in a come from behind victory, but I think they did play well at the 2019 Concacaf Gold Cup. Coming in second, Panama, who I think was below par at that tournament. I think they need to work on bringing through some better players. The players that featured at the 2019 Gold Cup wasn't really ready yet, in my opinion. Gabby Torres looked good, Ramon Torres as well. But apart from those two, the other guys were quite lackluster. If they want to make it to a second consecutive World Cup, they would have to improve on things right now. Third in the group, I'm going to say El Salvador. They had an okay Gold Cup tournament where they showed promise but fell short. I'm going to have them as one of the best third place teams to move on to the round of 16. And last in the group, St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, guys, come on. Pretty easy, right? And now the last group to predict, where we have Costa Rica, Martinique, Montserrat, and Dominica. And I'm going to predict the group in the exact order that I just called it out in. Costa Rica, seemingly the best team on paper, haven't really been in great form, but I think in a group like this, they will still come out on top. Second in the group, I'm going to go for Martinique, who had a very, very decent 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup, in where they picked up a victory against Cuba. They represented themselves very, very well against Mexico and Canada. So Martinique, force to be reckoned with in the future. Hopefully they get FIFA status and compete in World Cup qualifiers. Third in the group, I'm going to go for Montserrat, who barely missed out on the 2019 Gold Cup, guys. Imagine a team like Montserrat qualifying for the Gold Cup, man. It's such a small country, such a low population, and what they did in CONCACAF Nations League qualifiers was astonishing. They barely missed out on goal difference. So Montserrat will come in third and go through to the round of 16 as one of the best third place teams. And last in the group, Dominica. So guys, let's move on to the round of 16, where I won't elaborate too much on these ties. I will just let you know who I think will win it and move on to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and let you know who I think will win a 24-team CONCACAF Gold Cup if it was held in 2019. For the round of 16 format, I copied the AFCON format because, guys, I'm not going to formulate my own format. So I just used the African Cup of Nations format, and, you know, I said, you know what, this thing would work. So I have the second place team in Group A playing the second place team in Group C. Those teams turned out to be Guyana and Curacao. In a clash like this, I'm going to go for Curacao to topple Guyana and move on to the quarterfinals. Curacao were quite impressive at the 2019 Gold Cup, and even before the tournament, Guyana, they were just a mystery, and they qualified for the 2019 Gold Cup because of luck. For the team that will play Curacao, we have the first place team in Group D taking on the third place team in Group F. And those teams are Honduras against Montserrat. Could we see an upset here? I think not. I'm going to go for Honduras to move on to face Curacao in the quarterfinals. Staying on that side of the bracket, we have the first place team from Group B playing the third place team from Group A. And those teams are USA against Cuba. And that match will be played in Guantanamo Bay. I'm just joking. Of course, guys, USA will come through this because they will smash Cuba 8-0 in this fixture. For the team they will play, we have the first place team from Group E taking on the second place team from Group F. Costa Rica versus Panama. I'm going to go for Costa Rica to prevail here and move on to the quarters. So it will be Curacao against Honduras and the USA against Costa Rica in the quarterfinals. You see some tasty matchups we are getting. If it was 24 teams, look out for it in the future, guys. It's coming. On the other side of the bracket, though, we have the first place team from Group E taking on the second place team from Group D, and that's Canada versus Bermuda. Canada versus Bermuda. Could we have an upset here? Yes, we can. But I'm going to go for Canada to prevail and move on to the quarters. And they will face the first place team from Group C, Mexico, or the third place team from Group B, Jamaica. Mexico versus Jamaica right now in the Gold Cup in a friendly. I'm gonna go for Mexico to prevail here. I know Jamaica did defeat Mexico in the 2017 Concacaf Gold Cup, but that was a depleted Mexican team. They did take a stronger team to the 2019 Gold Cup, hence the reason why they won it. They weren't going to play around once again. So I'm going to go for Mexico to prevail over the Reggae Boys and move on to face Canada. Staying on this side of the bracket, we will see the second place team from Group B taking on the second place team from Group F. And that's Haiti versus Martinique. The Haitian coach Marc Collot is actually born in Martinique. He's from Martinique, and this would be a very, very interesting matchup. Two French-speaking nations. Well, Haiti does speak Creole, so it's not really French, but you know what I'm saying. So this would be a French derby in the Gold Cup. I'm going to go for Haiti to come out on top here. It could go either way because the Martinique team was quite impressive at the Gold Cup, and I think they can topple Haiti if they have an off day. But what Haiti showed at the 2019 Gold Cup, I'm going to go for Haiti to move on here. Next matchup, first in Group A versus third in Group E, Trinidad and Tobago versus El Salvador. In this matchup, I'm going to go for El Salvador to topple Trinidad and Tobago here. They're going to play very, very defensive style of football. They're going to park the bus, break on the counter, and score on Trinidad, and they're going to win the game. Trinidad and Tobago has been having problems putting the ball in the back of the net for a very, very long time, and I don't think they can beat El Salvador right now. I might be wrong, but this is only my opinion. So we're gonna have Haiti versus El Salvador in the quarterfinals. So let's predict the damn quarterfinals and get this thing wrapped up. Curacao versus Honduras right now. I'm gonna go for Curacao to defeat Honduras, move on to the semis. USA versus Costa Rica. I'm gonna go for Team USA. So we're gonna have Curacao versus USA in the semifinals. Wow, what a matchup. Didn't we just have USA playing Curacao, right? We just had it. We just had that. Canada versus Mexico. I'm gonna go for Mexico to defeat Canada. They just met each other at the 2019 Gold Cup. Mexico comfortably defeated Canada, so I'm gonna say they're gonna do it once again. Haiti versus El Salvador. I'm gonna go for Haiti to topple El Salvador, move on to the semis to face Mexico once again. Haiti and Mexico just played each other in the recently concluded Concacaf Gold Cup semi-final, and they will meet again. Could Haiti do it? Could Haiti get their revenge and get past Mexico if they are to meet again? What if Haiti had a second chance? Remember, it was a very, very sketchy penalty given to topple the Haitian team. Raul Jimenez, I'm still pissed off at you for, embellishing that penalty. So we have Curacao versus USA and Mexico versus Haiti in the semifinals. I'm going to go for the USA to defeat Curacao here again, move on to the finals. And guys, unfortunately, I have to say that Mexico will defeat Haiti again if they were to meet, because let's be fair, Mexico were the better team on the day. It's just that I don't like how the Haitian team went down. They did play well, even struck the crossbar and all. They took the game to Mexico, but guys, Mexico are the far more superior team, and we will once again see a USA versus Mexico final. If we are to do this 5 times, I think we'll still end up with a USA-Mexico final right now. The two teams are still the two best teams in CONCACAF. Who will win a 24-team CONCACAF Gold Cup if USA and Mexico were in the final? I'm going to say Mexico once again. Right now, the Mexican team is in very, very good shape, and under Tata Martino, I think they will win the CONCACAF Gold Cup 10 times if you were to simulate it. So Mexico will be crowned champions of my 2014 CONCACAF Gold Cup. Boring, I know, but still, guys, this is very, very realistic. So guys, that brings you to an end of my video. I simulated the whole thing, told you about the idea, predicted the future. It will happen with the 48-team World Cup coming as well. We definitely are going to see an expanded version of the Gold Cup. It's going to happen. It is inevitable. So guys, if you're new around here and you like what I do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. For those of you guys who are subscribed, thank you very much for coming back. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, smash a like on the video, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, do your own tournament, predict this one if you like, and I really appreciate it. So guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and until next time, peace out, Rich Squad. 24.